Hey guys, what is up? This is Matthew Davis, me once again. Welcome back to another movie review, aka After I Saw. This time is going to be on The Boogeyman. Now, The Boogeyman is based off a short story by Stephen King and involves a young girl who is going through a bit after her mother is gone. Well, obviously, you know why she's gone, because she's dead. But anyways, she watches over her little sister, and, well, she also lives with her father, too. And things start going weird when a strange creature is stalking them around their house. Obviously, it's the Boogeyman. Now, when it comes to Stephen King adaptations, most of them can be hits, most of them can be misses. This film is directed by Rob Savage, who also directed the less than hour-long horror film Host from 2020, which I haven't seen, but I heard it's supposed to be really good. It was one of the most talked about horror movies during the pandemic, so yeah, I really missed out. And this movie is PG-13, and it's an hour and 30 minutes long. I mean, a little bit over that, but yeah, that had me a bit nervous. But then again, Megan came out earlier this year in January, and that movie was great. And there actually was another movie called Boogeyman that came out like 2005, or I don't know, halfway through the 2000s. I've seen it before. I did have a DVD of it, but I lost it. But hey, I don't really miss that DVD because the movie wasn't good. But I do feel like there are things that definitely worked in this movie. Specifically with the direction and the performances. I really like what Rob Savage did with his direction, and in terms of PG-13 horror, he does tend to go for more of the build-up rather than the whole jump scare thing. I mean, there are jump scares in here, but they are pretty effective throughout most of the film. I mean, it's something that I did tend to expect. But really, it's the direction that really saves the whole thing, and it doesn't have, like, you know, cheesy performances that really just ruin the movie, because if it did, I would not care at all about what happened to the characters. But it involves family, so that's nice, and I thought the opening sequence alone was really, really strong. And throughout a lot of the movie, we do see, you know, build-ups involving, you know, surrounding the whole Boogeyman. And Boogeyman, we don't really see him that much. I mean, he's mostly in the dark. And throughout a lot of the movie, it's like, it does have the cliche of stay in the light or you die. So, yeah, that's pretty typical for most horror films. So it does tend to work. I felt like it worked with Lights Out, and I felt like it worked with, I don't know, but it does tend to happen a lot with horror films. But one thing that I kind of wish would have happened a little bit better is how the Boogeyman actually was. You know, where exactly did he come from? I mean, he pretty much stalks this house out of absolutely nowhere. Like, we don't really know why he's stalking these people, or where exactly did he come from. Because we do see, like, what the Boogeyman looks like, but it looks more like a smaller mini version of the monster from Cloverfield, or those weird creatures from A Quiet Place. And yeah, the movie definitely does feel like it drags a little bit. Like, this isn't like the type of horror film that tends to focus a lot on fun like Megan or Evil Dead did. Evil Dead Rise, I mean. But this movie definitely does tend to try to do its own thing in terms of its scares, because it definitely does feel like it's trying to go for more of a chilling route rather than a fully fun route. But nevertheless, the movie does still manage to have some I wouldn't really say creativity, some effectiveness. That's the best way I can describe the whole thing. It does manage to be effective, even though it doesn't really go for anything new in terms of the horror genre. But in the end, The Boogeyman is a solid enough time. It has really solid performances, some really good direction here, and for the director's first truly full-length feature film. I think he also did something else, I don't know, but yeah, I feel like it's a pretty good start. Hopefully he can do better with his career, because I do think that this was a good try. It's not like a new horror classic Stephen King adaptation. It's not like the next It or anything like that, but I can say it's worth a viewing. Spider-Man is definitely going to kick its ass at the box office this weekend, but hey, I still feel like it's decent enough. It's not like the Bye Bye Man, where that movie was just inconceivably bad and just failed at everything. But yeah, I can't believe I just compared this to the... And there's other ones like Ouija and all that, so don't worry, it's not on the same lines of those PG-13 horror films. It actually does manage to give some good enough effectiveness. Anyways, thank you guys so much for watching, and I'll see you guys later. Word out.